I believe Collis Derathin is an alias of Alogor, the man who killed my brother Gamas.
Oh, this is personal. You can prove this?
While tracking Alogor, I chanced upon a Dark Moon heretic.
Rather than fight, I listened to what he had to say, and the more he said about Darathorn, the more I became convinced he followed Alorgoth. That's a bit vague, though, isn't it? Did you suggest as much to him?
He didn't believe it. As a monk of the Dark Moon, he had met Alogor.
Colus was a stranger to him. Still, I cannot convince myself the two are not at least connected, if not one and the same. Maybe he got possessed. Who knows? Wait, this guy knew both Alorgoth and Colus, says they're different people, and you still think they're the same?
I know how it must sound.
Yet in my heart I know it to be true. I know you aren't comfortable with deception, Rasad. I just hope you aren't deceiving yourself.
Even if Darathorn isn't Alogor, the heresy clearly threatens all who serve Selûne.
Really, consider this. If so many of Sharon Selûne's followers are abandoning their sects for the heresy, perhaps the heresy has something worthy to offer.
Are you joking?
I don't know what, but what is this? What's happening? That's a thought. You'd rather see me joke about this than think on it, I believe.
I would.
Oh my god. This is why I never pick up this kind of companions. This kind. Wow. Then I was joking if that will help you rest easier.
Strangely, it does not.
Well, what do you want? So I either pick him up or not, which is not. I'm really curious though about this quest, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to pick him up. If I was a thief and I didn't need the Yoshimo, maybe I could have a free space for every single companion. But I decided to be a bard. Well, good luck with your quest, Rasad. I fear you'll need it.
Farewell.
I encountered the Sun Soul Monk Rasad today. Perhaps I should say former Sun Soul Monk, considering the state of his relationship with his fellow Selûne worshippers. Last I saw him, he was beating a handful of them down, though he was very careful not to kill them. The last thing I need is trouble from the Sun Soul, so I sent Rasad on his way.
Ah, we are all heroes.
Where
You
did
and
you
Boo
get-
and I. Hamsters and rangers everywhere. Rejoice!
Oh, go away. Sorry. Everybody was talking over me reading it, and that's even better.
Stand where you're at.
And I think to call this civilization. Blasted bloody humans.
More peasants, more peasants. They don't seem to have any more information for us. Roddy. Roddy has a name. What? Help that guard. Immediately. He died? Oh. Yeah. The wolf didn't drop bow and
City's
arrows.
always tea with evil
Indeed.
and decay. Let's give it a good shake and see what falls out.
Hey, horse. Ursa has nothing to say. Roddy.
It's a fine enough day, isn't it?
You know, I used to be a ranger myself, and I know why it is that all these animals are turning on us. I do. And why would that be? It's the gods. They've turned on us all. We've done wrong here in Trademeet. We're supposed to be fair and all. Wokin herself commanded it. Oh? But now Wokin's gone, and everyone thinks that means they can go ahead and cheat you. Nothing here but cheats, thieves, and liars now. Yep. And which would you be? You're just going to be washed away with the rest of this blasted town. Just you watch. Again with this Harua. Was the first ever book we found.
Well for us, yes? It's a dangerous path, but we manage well for ourselves.
Some gypsies there. Jean, are you full? Yes, sorry, that's my bad. Can you learn this? Can Jahira use it? Can Minsk use it? Can I use it? Yes. Oh, some berries. There you go. This is Spider's Bane. Oh yeah. We have to drop that blade to the spiders. Give it to the spiders.
I will do my best.
A merchant, a philosopher, Wallace.
The correct way to approach life is to accept its travails. One must bend as the willow and see the obstacles that the gods place in front of you as challenges to be overcome.
Don't be moronic. You must struggle. Through struggle we grow stronger. Only the strong survive. And I am not your brother.
Strength comes through wisdom and pliance. One must be flexible to accept the things that come. Struggle only brings futility, my son. Struggle and adversity bring strength, not futility. War and violence weed out the weak and unhealthy, strengthening all. And I'm not your son. War and violence are the recourse of the weak-minded, my friend. When they occur, it is a result of failure rather than success. Bah, let me show you what comes out of that philosophy, friend. Huntley? Yeah, boss? Show him what becomes of his philosophy. Right, boss? I hope you know I'm only being proven correct here. He attacks. Such a display of wrongness fills even Boo with disgust. For my hamster, I must land a blow for goodness. Go.
Be gone,
right.
commoner. I have my own business to attend to.
Well, now I suppose you were right after all. That's right. Haha. But I get the last word. Come, Huntley, let's go. Minsk. Huntley, you should duel him.
Yes.
They're gone.
I have nothing to wish.
We don't welcome strangers here, not anymore. Not with all the beasts turning against us. It's Wokin's revenge. We've done something wrong. Well, you should be afraid of beasts, not of other people. Don't know, I'm just saying. Amak.
Who are you?
You're in league with them druids. There's gonna be a burning and you're gonna pay, you are. Oh really? I wish I could burn you. Everybody's so irrational in games. NPCs are so irrational. I cannot... So many books. Hello, merchant.
As long as you're not attacked.
Greetings, patron, not a local, hey? Be careful around here. People won't be pleased to see you. What with the animal attacks and all. They think we are all druids, but we would be really stupid to get into here now, would we? Tell me about these animal attacks. You don't know about the attacks? I assume the militia would have told you. No matter. Indeed, Trademeet has been under attack for weeks. Hungry wolves, we thought at first. A bear wandering too close to town. My brother-in-law was nearly mauled by a jaguar while traveling through the woods. But it started to happen more and more. Animals came in packs, and even the plants writhed and grabbed at us. Awful it is. There is a dark force at work here. Most blame the druids of the local grove. But I don't know. We've always gotten along fine with them before, but they haven't come to deny the charge either. In fact, a druid was seen during an attack, controlling the animals, or so they say. They arrested him, sure enough. The entire town's expecting a hanging. Why would people be frightened of me then, if they suspect Druid Grove of all this? People aren't sure of who's behind all this evil. They suspect the Druid Grove, but they see spies and dark magic everywhere. I'm just saying, be careful. Services? Sorry, since those Tao genies arrived, none of the merchants have been able to get supplies, and Trademeet's almost out of food. Genies? Why would you have no supplies because of them? They've bribed all the caravans to go only to them. They're in those tents outside of the town if you want to buy something, but the prices are outlandish. They're not interested in real commerce. As I understand it, they want something from the High Merchant. They're holding the town ransom until they get it. I don't know much about them, really. Guildmistress Busia knows far more, and she's hopping mad about them, too. Hopping. Talk to her if you're curious, I suppose. Alright. Then, be careful on the streets, sir. You never know when those creatures will attack next. Wallace. Alas, my friend, I'm afraid I have no words for you, to show you. The cursed genies have taken over all of Trademeet mercantile enterprises. Perhaps another time. You too?
Hi, friend.
I don't recognize you. You'd be a stranger, I think. Then you're either daft to come to a town reviled by nature, or you're an accomplice, one of the two. Either way, I've naedy goods to sell you. I be a peddler without wares, thanks to the damnable jinn that have set themselves up outside the city gates. If it be a sale you're looking for, go on and speak to them, otherwise be gone from my sight. Liz?
You're a stranger.
My mother and father were killed by wolves, they were. Now I gotta go to an orphanage, they say. Why would I give money to a child for it to be robbed? Maybe. I don't know. Is it wise? That's too bad. Well, I feel sorry for you. You better go there. I watched as the wolf... Oh, excuse me. She's a child, right? Not a young lady. I don't know. Peasant. A giant mosaic. And... Oh. Was I supposed to come here earlier? I'm sorry.
I have to drop your item on the ground.
No, you
Carry no
don't. You can learn this, right? You have so many arrows, that's why.
I must apologize, but I can carry no more. I have set your item upon the ground.
I need that potion pouch. I think the potion pouch can be found, I looked it up, can be found in Watcher's Keep, maybe? I don't know why, but they only sell it there. It's a mystery. From my research, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right. And this is the information I was able to find. Okay. I wonder who's the woman of the mosaic. Seems like people are not really doing anything in this city. Everything is paralyzed because of the attacks. Let's get in here. Come on. A tavern. Maybe we can find Vikang. What? No. No, a bassbone here? How could it tell? How do you know what I am? Speak! No, not after all this time, I won't. Oh, not again. Okay. Alenina.
You are welcome in my sight.
Greetings, strangers. I play what melodies I can to calm the folk of this town, but to tell it truthfully, it is not an easy task. The fear here fills the air like a sickness. I see. Ulma?
Hey, sexy. Do you want to take a look at me ditties?
My god, that word just... You could have said something else, like... something more appropriate. I mean, like... Instead of sexy, just... I'm bewildered. Oof, you're probably working for those druids and have come to kill us all, haven't you? Well, I suppose if Viatri is willing to serve you, I can too. Viatri.
Never had rats. No sorry.
Well, that's good news. Greetings to you, strangers. We don't get many travelers here. With the troubles and all, I'll be happy to offer you a room, but you'd best keep yourself as low profile as possible. I don't want any trouble here. So what do you know about what's going on here? About as much as you do, I'd expect. The inn's been pretty quiet since the attack started gearing up. At first, there was just some odd occurrences, a bear attack and some angry wolves and the like. Since then, there's been masses of creatures that have assaulted the walls, and the militia can barely keep up. People have been getting quite out of hand with their fear. There's been stories of hooded figures amongst the animals, and everyone thinks that means the druids have turned against us. Don't know why, we've always gotten on well enough with the grove. But there's no explaining that to folks, not when their lives are in danger. They saw a druid during the last attack and would have stoned him to death had Lord Copris not arrested him. He might be dead yet if people have their way. I don't know what Lord Copris is going to do with him, or how long he can keep up with these attacks. People will start leaving soon, I think. Do you sell anything? Oh, do you have any services? Well, there isn't much to be had right now, but you're welcome to some ale and a clean room. I certainly have lots of them available right now, that's for sure. Okay. Sale. Can't say that I do, but then I can't say that anyone does around here. If walking were live, you should be sad to see the state of Trademeet come to. The goddess had established Trademeet to be a place of fair business only, where shady deals were punished and such. No thieves, no liars, no fraud. Now we not only have thieves here, but a group of genies has camped outside of the gates and swallowed all the local business, bribed all the caravans, I understand. Now, no end to their gold, and they charge an arm and a leg for a loaf of bread. So the town's being starved out, you see. Walking would have stopped them. Now, not even Lord Copperis can do anything. You know anything else? About as much as you do, I'd expect. The inn's been pretty quiet since the attack started gearing up. At first, we have already read that. Okay. Nah, he doesn't have anything to sell. Alright. Tavern drunk.
Top of the day to you.
If I was younger and sober, I could have kicked your butt. Yeah, sure. Mirana. Mirana, can I talk to you?
Is it important, peasant?
You seem like an agreeable sort of man, but with these attacks on the town, one can never be sure. I would rather we did not speak. A patron?
Stand where you're at, peasant.
I came here to listen to Alenina's music, and that be all. It is one of the few pleasures we have, with the town practically under siege. Let's go.
As you ask.
Oh, Busia. Lord Logan's guard.
Our actions
shall
are
be.
good, and will serve the greater balance.
How nice is this interior? Just look at it. I can't.
Consider it done.
Oh, God. I'll go around your house, or your guild, or whatever it is, just because it's adorable. Hi, Merchant Logan. Let's talk with Busia first.
You are a stranger to this town, are you not? I'm surprised you were allowed to come within the walls. You will find yourself unwelcome here.
This one finishes her lines. And indeed, if you came to Trademeet to take advantage of our excellent markets, then you have come in vain. Between the druids and other problems, there is nothing to purchase here. So the druid and other problems. What other problems are you referring to? It is nothing you need concern yourself with, stranger. It is enough to say that our town is in danger of collapsing. There is nothing here for you to purchase. So who are you anyway? My name is Busia, and I am the mistress of the Merchant Guild in Trademeet. Once we promoted fair and honest trade here, but of late my title is rather meaningless. So when you say that there was nothing to purchase here, did you mean because people won't sell to a stranger? No, I mean there is nothing for you to buy, at least not from the merchants and peddlers who have traditionally sold things here in Trademeet. If you are truly desperate, you can go to the Dao Jin that have set up their tents outside of the main gates. Their prices are exorbitant, but they own everything there is to sell. The caravans will not come because of the danger, and the few that have come only do so at the behest of the vast amounts of gold that the Dao seems to have flowing from their pockets. Were they magical beings? Of course there's something going on. Is there nothing you can do about this Dao? Until these animal attacks are stopped, there is no point. If you're truly serious about helping, come and talk to me once that business is ended. Okay. As you wish, stranger. Let's see what's down there.
You must gather your party before venturing.
Come on. You can do it, guys. I trust you. I have faith in you. Oh. I am curious, Nier. What does a wild surge feel like? Depends. I never know what to expect. The surges are all different from each other. How does it feel when you cast spells? Not the same, I'm sure. I may feel wrath if the nature of my spell is violent, or calm if it is for healing. Beneath it all, I feel a oneness with nature that never changes. Maybe it's not so different after all. Why? You have this sense of oneness when you use magic? Sort of. My mind becomes part of something. What? I don't know. I think chaos. I don't think it's nature. Yeah. The weave, I guess. Or maybe chaos. But yeah, it's kind of like oneness. Except it seems more like I'm looking at it through a window. When my magic is working properly anyway. And when it's not... A wild surge is like that window shattering into a million pieces of glass. That sounds unsafe. I don't mind. If you've been indoors a long time, sometimes you like the feel of a cold gust of wind. We are not talking about wind and windows. We are talking about power and your mind. Be careful of that glass. I mean, I love Nira, but Jahira actually has a point.
It shall be.
This looks almost like a dungeon. A dungeon labyrinth.
You're right behind me, right? All the world is
Totally.
blind to my passing.
Until Lord Logan grants permission to enter, the door to this cell will not be unbarred. These are empty. So the Merchant Guild also is responsible for the general security.
Consider it done.
For the village.
I will do my best.
Oh, this is adorable.
Very well.
I'm gonna say... Yes. I'm gonna keep those. They're not attacking me.
Declare yourself.
If you're here to see Lord Logan, he's within his office at the moment. He does not turn away those without appointments. So you may go in and speak to him if you wish. Fine. Cormian. That's an invisibility potion. No, I don't want that. Dumb breath. No, don't. Fine.
Hail, I welcome you to Trademeet.
It's such a nice change to have someone that's in such a good mood. Hail, I welcome you to Trademeet. I trust you will not earn the worried stares you have received so far. No. We have had a troubled season, and the strangers of indeterminate nature are potential threats until they prove otherwise. I am Lord Logan Copris, High Merchant. You seem more like a fighting man. How did you come by the title of High Merchant? I spent much of my career in the military, but other duties called me here. My family was influential, and it fell to them to provide a mayor for Trademeet. Oh, so you're also... so the Merchant Guild is in complete control of Trademeet. It's fitting, isn't it? And he's the mayor as well, and he is in the Merchant League. I think perhaps finances are not my best skill, but the guard has benefited from my discipline, and I have improved security. There is only so much that can be done, however.
Trademeet has been here for generations, but now we are harassed from the strangest of sources.
It has been a very difficult time for the local merchants. The very land is against us, animals attack, and even the foliage strangles. It began subtly, but now we suspect a dark mind behind it. Until recently we did not know where to place blame, but now the people have found a target. The last group attacked saw several figures directing the chaos. Druids belonging to a group that has long been peaceful. The people apparently captured one. Had I not locked him up, they would have quartered him in the street. Oh wow, such violence. And has he confessed, or have the people condemned him for being a druid? That is my dilemma. He claims he is here to investigate the truth, and I believe him. Unfortunately, many of our citizens already believe him guilty. Nothing less than a public burning will satisfy an angry mob. This druid remains behind bars as much for his own protection as anything else.
What I would have you do is escort him to his task, or see to it yourselves, whichever you prefer.
What? I would seem to be collaborating if my man and I were to help him, and alone he may not make it out of town. Will you help? But how? I cannot pick him up if he's a companion. I mean, if you mean that. I will decide only when I have spoken with this man. Fair enough, you may pass and speak with him. He may also live under promise of your care. Good luck. I'm full house, as far as I'm concerned.